Hello, this is Edward Lambert with another video about the 6-element model for acupuncture. This video is going to present the Foot-yin triangle. It comes from chapter 19 of my ebook, Creating Life. 3 Foot-yin meridians. The 3 yin meridians of the foot are liver, spleen, and kidney. Each corresponds to one of the 3 yin divisions, Shui-yin, Tai-yin, and Shao-yin respectively. Liver is of foot Shui-yin, spleen is of foot Tai-yin, kidney is of foot Shao-yin. They are all yin meridians whose channels connect with the feet. These 3 meridians form one of the 4 core triangles. These 3 meridians support and generate each other. Liver is a meridian of wood, spleen is a meridian of earth, kidney is a meridian of water. The sequence of elements through the triangle exactly corresponds to the yin triangle of 6-element theory. Wood supports earth, earth supports water, and then water supports wood. Many people are not designed for the monotonous rigors of the modern economy. They become artists, of one sort or another, living on the fringe of society. They are free of many societal expectations. They may not seem to accomplish as much as more mainstream people, but they are living a kind of freedom that yin meridians love. As humans, we are designed to live either way, focused on security or moving with freedom. Freedom struggles in a world of prejudice and expectations. As well, security struggles in a world of openness and lightness of being, where one can't cope unless there are railings on the bridge. The meridians of this triangle are free and unencumbered by nature. They are the artists, which love to create and let the mind and spirit wander. They need to be unfettered in order to be healthy, because they flow freely. These meridians adapt well and naturally. They are easygoing and carefree. They are like the sap rising from the roots of a tree, flowing upward to nourish and experience life. They are full of optimism, hope, and potential. It is taught in the tradition of acupuncture that as long as the foot-yin meridians are kept healthy, one will not experience critical and terminal diseases. This is how important they are to the overall health. These meridians provide flexibility, nourishment, expansiveness, renewal, and rejuvenation. They are the meridians that allow Jing essence to flow and make cells as new again. They are the meridians that foster immortality. A beautiful new flower can appear on the tree that is hundreds of years old because the sap from the roots is the same sap as when the tree was just sprouted. The sap can always become new cells and new tissue that look as young as newly sprouted seeds. These meridians revitalize and rejuvenate the body. The meridians of the Foot-yin triangle are raw substance that has no form but only potential to be anything. They are completely undifferentiated. They are like the stem cells of the meridian system, and that they can become any cell in the body. They have complete potential to renew the body. That is why they are so important to our health. They keep us young and sprightly. The other meridians have the task of differentiating the substance of these meridians. But to have abundance in these meridians is essential. It is taught that the kidney cannot be in excess. But it's hard to imagine that any of these meridians, even liver and spleen, can become excessive. They give only what the body can use. If they have abundance, then that abundance will be accumulated in the foot-yin meridians, which have the function of storing yin substances. If one grows more food than they can eat, they can simply give the surplus away to others who harvested short of what they needed. It is the same with these meridians. If they flow in abundance, then the person can become more generous in giving to others. It is then a good thing that they go into excess. It is only when the excess is harbored and greedily kept to oneself that stagnation and pain result. The best way to keep these meridians healthy is to give, be generous, listen to others, serve the needs of others, inspire others, and help others. This will increase the strength and flow of these foot-yin meridians. All the foot-yin meridians are important in the menstrual cycle of women. The tissue and lining of the uterus must be cleansed, dissolved, enriched, moistened, fortified, and fertile. This is all done with the yin substances of the Foot-yin triangle. The liver and spleen are very important to preparing the uterus for receiving the fertilized egg. The blood of the liver first enriches and engorges the tissue of the uterine lining. The superficial endometrium becomes vascular-sized with blood. This is the liver action of blood supporting the uterus. The tissue of the endometrium thickens with cell division and the growth of endometrial glands. This is the spleen action preparing the fertile tissue that will hold the fertilized egg. After ovulation, endometrial glands secrete uterine fluid, which is necessary for the development and implantation of the embryo. The uterine fluids secreted are associated with the kidney phase of the fertilization. This phase is called the secretory phase of the menstrual cycle. These uterine fluids are critical for women to get pregnant and why the kidney is so important to treat in cases of infertility. If the uterine lining does not receive a fertilized egg, reproductive hormones decrease and the endometrial blood flow diminishes. The liver's role is then relaxed. The endometrium, which is the spleen tissue, is then shed with the blood of the liver. In the whole process of preparing the uterus in the menstrual cycle, there is the sequence of liver supporting spleen, then spleen supporting kidney. The sequence matches the cycle of yin elements, wood to earth to water. If a fertilized egg does not arrive, then the breakdown of the uterine lining begins with kidney fluids and hormones not supporting liver blood, which then causes spleen tissue to slough off. The whole menstrual cycle follows the flow of the Foot-yin triangle. Kidney to liver to spleen, back to kidney. Treating infertility and menstrual pain focuses on harmonizing and circulating this triangle, as well as the yang meridians that regulate them.